Lords. The Cycle Rock. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills.
Wow, what a moron. Maybe you shouldn't have just stood still. Paid attention, dumbass.
And I got a bonus experience points for lying. That's awesome. All right, so Gabe Horn is awesome. Shit. Ding dong die. Ding dong die. Oh, ding dong. Ding dong die. Oh. I do. Tiger, tiger, row, tiger, row. I love Hogan's dick. Oh no, someone's illegally restreaming. Oh no. Have some salt.
La 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 la.
There you go. Here, listen to my beautiful singing voice.
La 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 la.
My last shot.
Fly, golden arrow!
Oh, oh, look at that. Oh, oh, oh.
He didn't die. down on my hands and knees and say thank you and still be on camera, I would do it.
Darksea Devil. Is that how you say it? Darksea Devil.
The Ziggy Piggy is here.
Darksea Devil. Or Darksea Devil. Darksea Devil.
My name is...
What?
My name is... Who? My name is...
Darksea. Yeah.
You chose to broke the law. Live with the consequences. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're having fun down here on Level 1. I'm Darkside Phil, and I welcome you here to the show.
Oh my god, I can't
It's lovely Monday, 26th,
I
September
seriously...
2022. A new
I stop
week
joking
awaits
today?
us, right?
Oh my
A good
God.
week of variety and fun, and a good mix of crazy stuff this week.
What the
Some uncertainty about what that stuff will be, because it really depends on what we come up with tomorrow.
Hold up.
Man,
It's gonna clear up, I swear.
I'm ready. You ready? I know I'm ready.
Jesus Christ.
Today we're kind of flipping what we did yesterday and Saturday as well.
Okay, it's actually starting to feel
Over the
better
weekend, I played the Modern Warfare 2 beta on the Xbox Series X, and it was very chaotic and obviously rage-inducing, and but still fun and competitive.
Fun.
And then we would counter that with chill night streams. First it was Disney Dreamlight Valley, and then it was
someone's
Friday
illegally
night,
streaming.
excuse me,
Oh,
Sunday
no.
Night Bites, Bassmaster Fishing 2022. Now today we're kind of flipping that formula on its head, because today we're doing the chill stream first, and then we're doing the crazy competitive stuff later. Yeah, we are. Also, today is an interesting day for me. There's a lot going on today, actually. We've actually got some good game news to talk about today that I'm excited to talk about. My first taste of October has hit this morning, because I've received my first couple of animations for Halloween. That's right. As you know, over the course of October, everything here changes. My background goes into a horror theme for Halloween. My animations on stream change. I don't care. Oh. Excuse me. Oh. Oh. Hold on a second. Oh. 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 Well, now that I've exorcised the demons, let's try that again. So for the month of October, my background changes. We put up Halloween horror-themed stuff. My animations change on the stream for contributions. They become more Halloween horror-themed. And I always do some Halloween-themed stuff over the course of the month. In particular, this month, we have 4 special events. Well, let me take that back. We have 3 special events. It's really 4 rewards for members goals, but 3 special events. 2 of them are Halloween themed. All right. So we got a lot of fun stuff going on in regards to the whole Halloween month.
I need
theme.
that money. I really do. I need that money.
And I'm excited
My
for this. I
bills.
love it. I love this time of year. The weather gets cooler. More games are coming out. Holidays are going. You know, usually attendance is up. People are showing up to the streams a little bit more. It's exciting. It's an exciting time of the year for sure. So like I said, today I got my first taste. I got a couple animations sent to me, and I'm looking at them. I'm laughing my ass off. I'm like, these are good. I cannot wait to start using them. This Saturday, October 1st, is when I flip the switch and we turn on the fall festivities here on DSP Gaming. All right? So starting Saturday, come on by to see some fun new stuff. However, I couldn't possibly head fully positively into the fall without one last day of bullshit. Heat. Today, we are scheduled to have an 83-degree weather here in Washington State. It's September. It's supposed to be the fall. And we have an 83-degree day. All right? The good news is, according to the weather, this is the last hot day that we are having this year. After today, temperatures are supposed to dramatically cool down by 10 to 20 degrees each day. We're only supposed to have partial sun or clouds most of the time. What we really need here is rain. We actually had one of the driest recorded summers ever in Washington State, and we had the longest string of days over 90 degrees Fahrenheit recorded in history in this state, meaning the hottest and driest it's ever been here. We need this summer to end so we can head into the fall. As I've told you guys, the fall is my favorite season of the year. Why? Because all the plants start to go into hibernation mode. The beautiful changing of the color of the leaves. The pollen is gone so you can breathe without freaking sneezing and coughing constantly because I have pollen allergies. All the awesome things that come with fall. You know? Pumpkin spice and all those cool scents and foods. Apple pie. Like I told you guys, my wife and I are planning at some point during October.
Can someone please shut up
to
this
go to a
dude
local
being a moron?
kind of farm / pumpkin patch where they have pumpkins and they have animals and they have like a farmer's market and stuff like that. And we want to do that this coming month. So we're excited. We love fall. It's our favorite year, our time of the year. Plus, it gets cool and rainy, which we like. A lot of people don't like that. We like cool and rainy, especially for me here. It makes the office nice and relaxing when I'm here streaming with you guys all day long. Okay? So, I'm very excited for what is to come. But sadly, we got to get through today. And that means today, I'm not exaggerating, will be a scorcher for me because I don't have the air conditioner in my window anymore. I took it out earlier this week. And now we're going to have 83-degree weather outside. Do you know what that means for my office? It means it's going to be about 95 degrees in here. I'm not exaggerating. That's how hot it's going to be in here. So I got to tough through that. So today, as we're chilling in Earthbound, okay? If you guys could be a little bit understanding that I might be grumpy because I may literally be sitting in a sauna for the entirety of today's first stream until the sun goes down. Then it will cool down dramatically. It always cools down dramatically after the sun goes down, but that's what I mean. Like, I'm going to be sitting in here overheating and sweating my balls off playing Earthbound with you guys, and there's nothing I can do about it just because it's the last hot day of the year, okay? So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can survive, all right? But then, fall's in full effect. It cools down dramatically starting tomorrow, 60-degree days and highest of like 70 degrees moving forward. Clouds are supposed to be moving in, and hopefully we get our first major rain of the fall soon, which would be really nice. So I'm excited for that. So let's talk. Let's talk about what's going on for this week. Let's talk about the special event on Saturday, which I'm really excited for now. Let's talk about all the stuff happening. All right. So today we are continuing on with Earthbound here on the first stream, and I love the game, as you guys know. But here's the thing. It's not for a mainstream audience. Like, take a look at me when I played Call of Duty over the last week, right? Big increase to stream viewership. At one point, we had like 400, 500 people watching. Usually, I don't have that. Usually, I have between like maybe 200, 300. We had, way more people watching on streams pretty much daily. Same thing with most of the videos on YouTube. The viewership was way up. Obviously, not every video. Once you're getting to your 12th hour of the same gameplay, tends to drop off. But you see the point I'm making. People were looking for something new, something refreshing, a new release. Definitely upped the interest of DSP Gaming this last week. Okay? Earthbound is literally the opposite. Okay? Number one, Earthbound is a very old game. It's from the 1990s, the SNES era. All right? Number two, I've already played it 9 years ago. But this playthrough has felt so different from that playthrough 9 years ago. The interaction, the discussion of what's going on in the game, how the game influenced future games. It's been a really great experience. I've had a ton of fun with this playthrough. I know you guys have too. For those that are showing up engaging and supporting, thank you, because this has been a really meaningful playthrough for me. Much like Final Fantasy VII was last month, this month, Earthbound has been an awesome retro throwback playthrough. And by the way, this really is the final kind of remnant of the summer of retro, the inadvertent summer of retro, because originally I was not planning on the summer being this summer of retro. And then what do we end up doing? Playing games like Uncharted 2, Final Fantasy VII, Earthbound, all these retro throwback playthroughs, because there really was nothing else going on, right? When you really think about it, it was such a dead summer. So, I'm really enjoying this playthrough. So, how far are we in the game? We've gotten 6 out of the 8 My Sanctuary spots. In order to unlock the end game of the game, you need to get all 8. Okay? So, we're getting there. I would fully expect that today, unless things throw us for a loop, we'll probably finish all those up, I'm thinking. Okay? I'm trying to remember exactly where we are. We're in the desert. I believe that there's a dungeon coming up. And I'm trying to remember what happens after the dungeon, because then there's some developments. Eventually, you have to do the final My Sanctuary spots, and then you get your full party back. And then I can't remember. I remember the very end game is difficult. I remember in particular, there's 2 dungeons coming up at the very end of the game that are very challenging. Even if you've been playing well over the course of the game, they're meant to be very challenging. So I'm curious how I'll do and if we're going to run into any kind of challenge or roadblock with those, or if I'll just coast through them. Because as you guys know, this playthrough has been very different than my first, because I have an interactive audience, and you guys have kind of been helping me out during the course of the playthrough with tips. For example, we just did the pyramid dungeon in the desert, and I remember particularly this is one of the more annoying dungeons in the game, because some of the enemies are very resistant to attacks, and they can damage you very well. But I was clued in. They were like, oh, you aware that the paralyze ability, this is like one of the best places in the games to do it, because it freezes those enemies, and they can't move for the rest of the fight. So just keep using paralyze and then beat the crap out of them, even if it takes a few turns. You get minimal psychic point usage, and you're going to beat them. I'm like, oh, I never knew that. I played this game many times before, but I never really tried every option. I never tried the paralyze, and I didn't know it worked. So, yeah, it's been a good playthrough, man. I really enjoyed it. So what I would say is this. If you're here to see Earthbound, thanks and welcome. All right? If you're here watching the podcast and you're not interested in Earthbound, at some point, maybe you should check it out. Give it a chance. Even if it means just watching it after the fact on demand on YouTube. You may enjoy it, especially if you've liked future RPGs such as Undertale or things with quirkier writing. You're definitely going to like the game, and especially with my interaction with the audience. It's been a really great playthrough so far. I'm very much looking forward to more. We're almost 20 hours in. I think at this point we're around 18 hours into it. And yeah, it is actually one of the longer JRPG games from this era. Some JRPGs were only around 15 to 20 hours long. This one's more lengthy than that, okay? So, question is, how much longer do we have in the game? That I can't answer. I actually don't remember off the top of my head how much is left. I'm going to guess today and one more stream. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but I'm going to guess 6 more hours of gameplay. That probably by the end of today, we may get to the final 2 My Sanctuary spots, and then we head into the end game next time when we finish it. I could be mistaken, though. So let's see how it goes. And I'm in no rush to beat it.
Today's been incredibly slow.
They're really, as you're gonna see as we go through the schedule now, we are not hitting major new releases for a while. There's one in early October, and then we've literally got to the middle of October before new stuff starts hitting. So we have time, and you're not in any crazy, rush to get to anything. We can balance stuff out and have a good time and take our time with it. Okay. So there you go. I'm excited, guys. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for your support of Earthbound. Obviously, I hope that will continue, and it won't just come to a screeching halt at the end of the playthrough here. You guys have been a great audience so far for it, and thank you for allowing me to play it in the way I'm playing it, because I'm well aware that's because of you. It really is because of you guys and your engagement and your viewership, following the game, following the fun Earthbound and the way we're playing it now, and enjoy it. It's not about, the streams have low attendance and the videos have low views, so I go out of business.
Money. I really do. I need
That's
that
literally
money.
what it was 9 years ago. When I did the Summer of Retro in 2013, and I played Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, among other older games, the viewers were down, like way down viewership. And I didn't have crowdfunding. There were no interactive streams with support that way. And because of that, yeah, I had a whole summer where basically my income was way lower, and it pissed me off. Because at that point, I kind of felt almost like people were being disrespectful to the classics. I'll be honest, I did. I felt that way 9 years ago. I was like, man, I really feel like people are being disrespectful to these games that literally inspired all future games. And if you don't know where you come from, if you don't respect your history, you kind of lose a lot. At the time, 9 years ago, people kind of took it differently. They basically took it that, oh, Phil's just angry that people aren't watching his stuff over this summer. And it's all about him being egotistical and thinking that everything he does should be watched in droves and stuff. And it very much wasn't about that. I particularly remember at that time, what I enjoyed was that pretty much anything that I chose to play would get big viewership. Seriously, I could play an obscure game and people would check it out. So when I played these classics, I was hoping that would rub off on the classics, that maybe people who had never experienced these retro games actually would have been exposed to the classics and maybe been inspired to check them out themselves or whatever it may be, and that really didn't happen. It felt like it was a backlash against me that summer. Oh, this is the worst thing you've ever done. You played way too many retro games back to back, and it ended up boring us. And I felt like it was a disappointment and a failure that summer, honestly. Me playing Earthbound today, absolutely not. Even though it may be for a much smaller audience of 200, 300 people, I'm having so much fun. I hope that you guys are appreciating it as much as I'm enjoying it. It's so good. Okay. So that's what we're doing on the first stream. Now later tonight, as I said, we're kind of flipping the streams. The late stream tonight is Multiverses. Okay? Played this earlier this week and had some fun. Mixed it up with a variety of characters on that stream. And I very well may do that again tonight. Now, FYI, no, I'm not buying a new character tonight. All right? Why not? I need to save up my currency because the next new character, Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, has been announced. We don't know exactly when he's coming out. I'm going to guess next week. And if that's the case, I have to get some currency. I think at this point, I only have like 1,000, maybe a little more. And he's going to cost 3,000. So I need to basically get on that grind and start getting wins and try to grind up that currency so I can afford him when he comes out next week. So we'll see how that goes tonight. It should be fun. I will likely use a variety of characters. I think maybe tonight, rather than pick like Velma and Bugs Bunny, maybe I'll focus on Iron Giant and Batman, because I actually enjoyed playing with them last time. I didn't feel like I played with them enough. So maybe we'll do that. We'll see.
Hint, hint, hint.
Okay. Tomorrow is an interesting day. First of all, tomorrow, Tuesday, is my final consecutive streaming day of the week because Wednesday is my day off. But tomorrow we're going to do something interesting and experimental. We're going to go into Xbox Game Pass for the first time in months. All right? And we're going to look through Game Pass and see, what games have been added recently that may be something that you guys are interested in seeing me play as a full playthrough, and start marking them off. And likely by the end of the stream, maybe even try some of them out. All right? So why are we doing this Game Pass exploration stream out of nowhere? Well, as I just stated, basically right now, there's nothing going on in gaming in the realm of anything new releases that I'm too interested in. So rather than me go crazy trying to buy new games and figure out what I want to play, why not just see what's on Game Pass? Because apparently there's been a bunch of games that have released on there that I kind of missed out on that people may be interested in. Tomorrow, Grounded, a game that I tried a year ago, really enjoyed that little bit that I played of it but never went back to it, gets its full release. Apparently, Grounded is getting a full single-player story mode, which is neat, because what I said was, this game is good, but it really just feels like kind of an open-world survival. And is that really something super, super interesting for the live audience or not? I don't know. Well, if it has a story that institutes all those survival mechanics, maybe that would be more interesting to an audience, you see? So I think that launches tomorrow. We got Hellsinger that just came out a couple weeks ago. That's a unique kind of rhythm metal game that people seem interested in. Maybe I'll check that out. Among other things, I'm sure there's other games on there that we're going to want to try out and mark for possibilities.
Someone please shut up this dude who's being a moron.
So that's definitely what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And hopefully, by the end of tomorrow's Game Pass exploration stream, we will have determined a couple of games that we want to play more lengthily and explore fully. Okay? Tomorrow night will be Disney Dreamlight Valley, my final chill stream of the week before my day off on Wednesday. It should be a relaxing time. You know, what'll happen in the Valley? Will we recruit someone new? Who knows? We'll see on a Tuesday night. You never know what's going to happen in that game. So, I am off from streaming on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I'll be going out with my wife and looking for Halloween decorations and ideas for my Halloween costume for this year. I'm going to get the initial ideas in my head, categorize them, because starting in October, you guys are going to start voting on the category of Halloween costume that you want to see me wear for Halloween. And then what I need to do is around the middle of the month, buy the costume. Okay? Cool. Now, when I come back on Thursday, essentially we are starting a new playthrough. What will it be? I don't know. It's going to be one of the games that we pick out tomorrow. So one game that we pick out live on that stream tomorrow will begin as a playthrough on Thursday. Okay? And then Thursday night will be more multiplayer action. Should be fun. Friday, Earthbound continues, and it may very well be the conclusion of Earthbound. I'm not sure.
What
Depends
do
on
I
how
do?
far we get today and how much is left in the game, because I don't know. And then Friday night will be Friday Night Fights. Now, I must say this, and this is kind of sad to me, but I must say this. This Friday Night Fights must be good. And what I mean by that is we must get matches, because I'm not going to continue to do Capcom Fighting Collection coverage every week if this game has no people playing it. All right? Last week, it sucked. The first 45 minutes, I got constant matches, and after that, I could barely find any. The hilarious part about all of this is that Capcom, and in particular, their Street Fighter Twitter account, has been actually trying to advertise and promote this game when no one is playing it. They've been actually having special events for this at tournaments. They just had a tournament where it had an exhibition tournament of Darkstalkers in it, with this collection being played. They went around a tournament called ECT, East Coast Throwdown, asking attendees and prominent people in the Street Fighter community what they think about the games in the collection. And it's like, this is all great, but how exactly does this get people to buy the collection and play it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing them trying to advertise it on social media, and I'm like, do you realize that I'm one of the very few people who's still playing this collection? It's hilarious because they're doing a tournament for it, and none of the people who are playing in the tournament actually play the collection online. They're going to ECT and they're interviewing people from the Street Fighter community about it, but none of them play this game. It's like they're ignoring the reality that the Capcom Fighting Collection is dead. They're just ignoring it and pretending like it's not, which is not going to sell copies. What they need to do is dramatically listen to the community who's playing the game and find out what people want so that people will actually continue to buy and play the game. You see, cross-play and reducing the price. Those are the two things that will get people to play. If today they started selling it for $20, you would immediately get a few hundred people who would probably buy it. $20 is the discount price point that most people will make a purchase kind of just on a whim, as opposed to a calculated purchase. So if they just reduce the price to another $10, immediately they would sell a bunch of copies. Crossplay. They need this. Without crossplay, this game's doomed to fail. When you try to play it on Xbox, no one's there. When you try to play it on PlayStation, almost no one's there. So how on earth can you buy and play this game if no one's playing it? It doesn't make any sense that they're even wasting time on a promotional campaign when they're not adding features that will incentivize people to play their game. To make matters even weird and worse, okay, this is the other weird thing. They're adding features that don't make anything better. They added a mode in training mode where it shows you the hitboxes. Great. So if you want to play the game offline, you can learn the hitboxes. How does this increase the life cycle of the game? It doesn't. They're adding new colors of gems to Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. That literally does nothing at all. It's a zero effect change. The final thing they're doing is they're adding the ability this Tuesday to see the quality of connection of the person that you're trying to matchmake with to play the game. Great. But I just said there's no player base for the game. So why do I care if it shows me the connection level when I literally have no choice who I play because there's not enough people playing to begin with? You see what I'm saying? It seems to me like they started these changes months ago, hoping the game was going to be a big hit. The game's now a big flop, and they just continued to release it anyway. Why the changes aren't even needed. They will not improve the game's quality or life cycle at all. The things that are needed are crossplay and a discounted price. So I've been trying my hardest. Every time the Street Fighter Twitter posts something up about this game, I'm just basically now responding. I'm saying this is my obligatory tweet. I just want to let you know I'm one of the few people who's still streaming this game on a weekly basis. I like the game. I want it to succeed, but it needs crossplay, and you have to drop the price because almost no one's playing it. All right? I'm doing my best to try to make this known to Street Fighter and Capcom, and I hope they're listening. I really do. I find it hilarious every time that they try to promote the game on Twitter. I'm the only prominent person playing video games that ever responds to them. Literally no one cares about this collection in the FGC. Their whole appeal, let's appeal to the FGC, it failed. The FGC has ignored